Perfect. I'm actually so excited about this one, even more so than the other one. I know y'all, a lot of people are going to get the recording, so I'm excited for that. So let us get started. Hey, Carla, welcome, welcome. So, as you all know, I'm Niv. I'm your masterclass facilitator today. And today you're going to be learning about three very precise, potent protocols you need to be integrating in order to actually help your clients heal more effectively, more quickly, more for real, and be sought after for your incredible work. So, this masterclass today is for both aspiring and seasoned professionals who want to cement their path towards becoming high demand healers or coaches within their niche. And last masterclass, the one that I had just 2 weeks ago, I took you through what is required for you to heal through chronic disease, the three precise steps. Obviously, when I'm teaching you, I'm teaching you steps and frameworks and protocols that you will be applying in your own life first and foremost, but also that you can apply and support others with. So whether your goal is to really help others, know that what I'm teaching you, you get to apply internally as well. Or if your goal is to really help yourself, then yes, I will be teaching you how to help yourself. But once you master that, then it will be this thirst moving through you to actually help others with it too. So it goes both ways, and I teach you both ways. But this masterclass, we're going deeper into certain nuances that really sets you apart as a therapist, as a coach, as a mentor, as a healer in this industry, which is very, very, very noisy and it feels very saturated. But what I'm going to teach you today is going to show you how you're just not even going to be in the same league. You're just going to be working with a completely different depth of insights and guidance and protocols. So if you're here because you want that premium support and insight into cementing your path towards becoming a high demand and confident healer, a healer with integrity as well, within your niche, you're in the right place. And before I get started, I just have to acknowledge first the land that I'm on. I'm on Eora Nation, which is Sydney, Australia. And this place has thousands and thousands of years of history of Indigenous cultivation, wisdom, knowledge. And it's one of the places where I really stepped into my own power as a leader and as a healer, really just sourcing from the vibrancy and vitality of this land and feeling such deep reverence and such deep respect for all that it does for us, and feeling like, how can I serve you? What do I need to do here to serve you? And that energy is really what fueled a lot of the work that I do right now and today. I also want to acknowledge all of you here together. This is intimate group here, but all of you that are going to be checking in and watching the replay, I want to make sure we just all emotionally, energetically take stock of who you are. And also because this gathering isn't just about you, it's about who you are in service to and what you are in service to. And it's about you powerfully fulfilling your purpose of truly serving not only yourself in this lifetime with deep medicine, but others too. Medicine that is so, so rare. And living in complete alignment and presence and joy as you do. And you've resonated with my energy, my teaching, because you know I'm here to help you cut through the noise. You know I'm here to help cut through the ignorance, the superficial. And this is rare. This is special. You're here because you're committed to showing up for your mission with actual deep-rooted results. And also elevate and evolve in your work and your career as you do so. So I'm so excited to get to know a little bit about the powerful work that you're doing here. And I think we'll have a little bit more time to get into it. And I'm going to have you share in a moment, but let's just take a few moments to just ground in a little bit, breathe, and just be fully here. So I know, Carla, if you want to, hey, Sola, you're joining right on time. We're just grounding. And feel free to turn off your camera since it's just such a small group. So let's just get into our comfortable, upright, seated postures. If your feet are on the floor, just make sure they're flat. If they're cross-legged, you want to try and have your hips and knees the same height. Spinal cord nice and tall. And you can almost envision roots growing from your sit bones deep into the earth, really absorbing the most nourishment it possibly can from this space. Your spinal cord is stretched out nice and tall, head, neck, shoulders are aligned, shoulders rolls back and low, crown of the head pulling up to the ceiling. Just being fully aware of this gorgeous, upright, alert, and expansive posture. Feeling what shifts within you and as you arrive into this posture. And quite seamlessly bringing awareness to your breath. But I'm not going to have you stay in just awareness of the breath for too long. I want you to bring intentionality into this breath. An intentionality to expand with this breath, to deepen with this breath, and to find internal rhythm with this breath. So whatever that looks like for you, I'm not going to guide you through pranayama right now. I'm just trusting whatever comes through for you. So really inhaling, feeling that navel stretch out away from, hey, Catherine, stretch out away from the spinal cords. Feel your rib cage activate. Feel your heart center activate. Really expand and imagine the energetic body moving out beyond the physical body. Bring depth to that breath and rhythm. So your inhale is the same count as your exhale. And maybe let's just do 3 of those deep yogic breaths with the quality of Ujjayi. Well, I can't help but guide you through some pranayama. I don't mean to, and then it happens. Taking a deep inhale, letting the diaphragm push down as the upper abdomen expands, feeling the breath move up into heart center, rib cage moves out to the sides, and exhaling out first from the rib cage, heart center relaxes, and then the belly pushes back in. Deep inhale, including that quality of Ujjayi, so you feel your throat slightly constricted and you can hear a slight breeze like ocean wave like sounds. 6, exhaling through the nostrils with sound, softening completely. 6. Deep inhale, diaphragm pushes down, upper belly expands, breath moves up into heart center, rib cage out to the side. Hello, Maitik. And exhaling with that same quality of Ujjayi, feeling the breath pass through your throat and move out through the nostrils. And just resting in that breath for a few moments, really acknowledging the divine and, just outstanding blessing to be able to show up for the mission of your purpose, for healing in a way that's actually tending to the roots that is lasting, that is extraordinary, that is cutting through the noise of all this superficial hacks and strategies. And you are here because you want to go deep, you honor your purpose, you follow that calling, and you carve out time to receive at this level. It's just miraculous, absolutely miraculous. So just breathe that in. Really feel that in your full body. Rest in that exhale. And you can just rub your palms gently, creating some heat between your palms. Bring those palms over your eyes. May you be present and receptive for the rest of this class with that same energy, vitality, expansiveness, curiosity, opening the eyes underneath your palms, bringing palms away from eyes and down to heart center. Namaste. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So feel free. I've pinned myself so that I'm here, but I love to see your faces. Seeing your faces, seeing your eyes, seeing your smiles, it energizes me and helps me. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Julia. And yes, hello to Sola and Mathik, who also joined. I know Carla's down with a little bit of a cold. Hey, Sola. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, there you are. Good. Beautiful. So I wanted to, okay, I'll do that in a bit. But just for the people that just joined in, your aspirations of cutting through all that industry noise, supporting your clients or your students with real effective medicine, those aspirations get to be made into reality over here. You're in the right place. So I'm just going to get right into it. You're here because you want to be that mentor, that healer who helps your people, your community, your loved ones, your students, your colleagues in the most powerful and effective ways possible. And you want to be truly channeling your gifts here with full potency so that people rely on and seek you for actual lasting results. And most importantly, you want to know you have cultivated a professional life that does not keep people stuck in spirals of sickness for years on end. That is not the standard that we are working with here. So I'd love to know what niche you work with, not what niche you work within, where you're checking in from, of course, and for how long you've been working within this niche, whether you're just starting out, so that just so I get a sense and I can offer tangible examples through the masterclass of how exactly you can elevate your reputation through these 3 precise, potent protocols. So let me know in the chat right now and let each other know who you are, what you're doing, how long you've been doing this. I know some of you here are seasoned, and I know some of you here are taking your first steps. So write it out. Ah, hello, Catherine. I love when family joins in. So good. We need that generational, intergenerational medicine. Amazing. Amazing. And how are you liking your teachers?
I'd say very good mostly, which is probably the case in most programs anywhere.
Yeah.
Some very, very exceptional supervisors and clinicians. Wonderful classmates and a wonderful supportive vibe.
That makes all the difference, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
and I just texted the classmates. I just left a Zoom class for internal medicine for Oriental medicine, and I said I'm in a Ayurvedic masterclass right now with my daughter Julie, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's awesome!"
I love it.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here. Thank you for letting me drop in.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, there's so many absolutely stunning overlaps between Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. I think ultimately they are rooted within the same philosophical worldview, and then they've just kind of taken on different articulation and language. But um, the understanding of the body as a microcosm is fundamentally the same. And actually, what you're going to learn in this masterclass is something that I do believe expert Chinese doctors practice. I do believe that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sola, facilitator hosting healing spaces with yoga, art, nature, and community. I've been facilitating this way for 3 years and teaching yoga for about a year. And I just recently saw you were doing this project called Forest Yoga, where you've been teaching outdoors in the midst of beautiful Californian forest. So yeah, that looks really beautiful. Carla, Toronto. Yes, she's I was like, Carla. She's my student in the Ayurvedic in the embodied Ayurveda certification program. And she works in corporate finance, but she's wanting to be an Ayurveda health coach. And she has integrated such incredible level ups in such a short amount of time. I'm still mind blown. This is when a student is ready, they're just like, give it to me. Boom. So thank you for that. Rachel, checking from California and teaching yoga, guided meditation, deeply into health cleansing, detoxes. Yes. And I know that you've been doing this for a long time as well, and figuring out what direction I want to head in. It's such a juicy place to be able to just take a step back and kind of recalibrate and look at all your gifts and just honor them with fresh lens. And yeah, I think it's so important that people do that from time to time. Otherwise, you just kind of, get stuck into some patterns that might not be actually where you need to be headed into. So I'm happy you're here. Sola's in Oakland, yes. Maythic, okay, it's 5 a.m. where I am. So I'm going to take a little before activating the camera. I'm an apprentice. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm an apprentice of traditional indigenous medicine for some years now, and I'm starting to accompany people as a traditional doula this year. Wow, that's incredible. And you're in Kathmandu. I know you're from Colombia. I was like, why is it 5 a.m.? That sounds like India time. So, okay, you have to let us know what you are up to in Kathmandu. Julia, I'm in my 20s. You're getting there. Yes. It's just the best thing to start young. Literally, just don't accumulate all those decades of unnecessary toxicity and trauma. You don't need to wait. Some of my best students have been in their early 20s, really, because they're just so ready, they're so open, they're so curious, and you get to be molded into, yeah, same, I would say. Yeah. So actually, for you, it's going to be a process of just remembering. That's it. You're just gonna, oh, I know this. Oh, I know this already. I'm just remembering. And I feel like for all of you, that experience is quite alive from what I know of you, um, at least of Matic and Rachel and Sola and even and Carla for sure. It's like, oh, this is just landing. Like I've been doing this for lifetimes for sure. And thank God I'm just back on track. Thank God we didn't take too much time. So beautiful. So ultimately, in your industry, be it, nutrition, healing, yoga teaching, therapy, coaching, people will come to you or they think about coming to you because they want to feel better. They want to feel well. And they want to know that you are going to be the one to help them do that. They want to be able to fully trust you and your results. And you want to feel like you're doing the most you possibly can so that they see real transformation and fast, not in a quick fix fast way, but in a deep rooted fast way, which is possible. When your clients see real transformation, each and every one of them, they're going to be talking about you. I mean, think about any health or wellness practitioner or coach you've been to that has just blown your mind. Don't you tell everyone about your experience with them? Aren't you just so excited to let people know what you have experienced? And isn't that experience rare? Why is it so rare? So many health professionals out there, and still, those few that have really changed it for you. And then word of mouth and referrals is a powerful, powerful engine for your growth. And I just want to make sure that you're tapping into that potent healing you can make possible for your clients. So are we all resonant with this, that this is what we're here to receive today, insight on? Okay, perfect. So this is a side note, but just for those of you that sometimes get caught up thinking that you need to master social media and marketing and all of those things, I just wanted you to know that this is really beneficial for you because you can let your work speak for itself, especially if you're in a place, if you're grounded in place or grounded between a few places. This is beautiful, and I don't want you ever to feel restricted in your purpose here because you're feeling overwhelmed by like marketing stuff and marketing campaigns. I want you to feel and know that your work is going to get you the results that you are promising your people. And I know it will because I've been mentoring professionals. I've been working alongside high-end professionals as well across industry for years now. And I've seen how the implementation of these three precise protocols always, always increases impact, results, self-confidence, alignment, no matter what you're doing. You're guiding as a therapist, as a healer, as a teacher. And I'll just give a few examples just to drive it home so you have a clearer picture of the types of spaces this works, and then I'll get into it. So one of my students, Steffi, she works as a humanitarian with the WHO. So it's a little bit different to what you women here are doing. But you can understand that she's working on some really high level projects for the upliftment, for the service of global communities, not unlike what some of you women here are doing for your own local communities, clients, loved ones. And what she told me, it shouldn't be surprising to any of us, but it was not okay. She was telling me how she and her colleagues were all finding themselves burnt out, on edge, irritated, stressed, because obviously the circumstances are pretty intense. And she yearned, thank God she had this vision that it was even possible, but she yearned to be able to show up in these same environments with clarity, with energy, with vitality for people globally who are relying on these organizations. And she wanted to be able to support her colleagues with that same level of health too. And after working with me, integrating these very same precise, potent protocols that I'm going to actually be teaching you today, she began to show up with a totally different caliber of professional impact. So much more precision, vitality, center, the actual skills to support her colleagues in arriving there too. And just imagine those ripple effects supporting communities all over the world. And this is just absolutely necessary. So now she can go and be really in service of humanity, not in superficial service and not in sacrifice of her own health. Another example is Mar. I thought she would be here today. She'll probably join in a little bit later today. She's a seasoned psychotherapist with 8 years in the field, and she was noticing her clients coming back to her for years, looping through the same toxic thoughts and patterns. And obviously, she was starting to feel disappointed because who wants to feel like they're doing all they can and their patients are still stuck? It is demotivating. Applying these protocols, she's seeing the tangible shifts in her own capacity to patiently and powerfully hold space for her patients and actually see progress in their results, which is obviously raising her confidence as a healer and a practitioner, and why she is needed here, why this is her path. She has unique gifts to offer. I also help a lot of yoga teachers to apply these protocols, and most realized that their yoga teacher training alone did not provide them with the actual skills to help someone heal on a deep-rooted level. Maybe they've been focusing mainly on the asanas, maybe some mindfulness, and they know. And this is just an inner knowing. And I'm not saying everyone needs to be with this inner knowing. Some people just know. And I think you all just know that you can be supporting your students with so much more. You just don't know how. And that actually often creates you undervaluing yourself. And that's the absolute worst. When you're here with spiritual gifts, knowing, and you don't know how to channel these gifts. So these protocols help you to actually feel competent. Of course, you will become competent, but that competence leads to confidence in guiding your people with those upgraded, extraordinary support, help. And then you expand in your purpose here. You expand in your soul-aligned career here. And you get to stop giving energy to side hustles that aren't vitalizing for you. And that's a process, but that's ultimately where we want you to be, hopefully. So most of the modalities you've mentioned to me, even the ones that have signed up and they aren't here, treat one part of the whole body at a time, which is limited. And Ayurveda is one of the few modalities, one of the most comprehensive modalities, because it treats the body as a whole. So your first, most important, non-negotiable, level 0, but rare perspective that you need to be working with is your client's mind-body system is one interconnected whole. Okay? Not a random assemblage of localized parts. Not separate autonomous functioning parts. Not independent of one another. Which means your client's body is an entire microcosm in and of itself. It's one full ecology, be it hormonal, metabolic, mental, muscular, sensorial, emotional, be it the sweating, salivating, blinking, walking. All of this is interdependent on one another, constantly influencing one another. Your client's body and mind is a highly intelligent whole system of interconnected moving parts, which means regardless of where symptoms show up, be it in the mind, be it in the gut, be it in the shoulders, be it in the skin, someone comes to you for chronic anxiety or ADHD, someone comes to you because there's irritation, pain in their gut, someone comes to you because of irregular periods, whatever it is, You have to know how to inspect the entire mind and body, because the root causes could be found anywhere. And the most efficient way for those symptoms to be eradicated is if we address the roots, which could be found anywhere, and help the entire system as a whole begin to operate with deeper intelligence, balance, and vitality. So, regardless of where the symptoms show up, you need to be able to optimize the functioning of the entire mind body system as one whole to support deep healing and the activation of that healing throughout the body, which will, of course, help heal the main areas of concern for your client. And here's the truth: when someone comes to you with, let's say, shoulder pain, they say, "Oh, this is crazy shoulder pain, shoulder pain." That's just the main thing pressuring them at the moment. But when you begin to probe deeper, you find out, oh, there's constipation too. Oh, there's lethargy too. Oh, there's emotional ups and downs too. People are never, ever just dealing with the one thing. Not in today's world, no. There are multiple issues that pop up interconnected, and they can be most efficiently dealt with if tended all together through supporting the vitality and the growth of the ecology as a whole, as opposed to as separate localized parts, which is the norm, right? So understanding this whole system is how you're able to find the root causes of some of the most chronic, even mysterious issues. You know, some people have no idea why a certain issue is happening because they're looking in all the wrong places. Neck tension, and they're doing all this physio and all the yoga and going to the chiropractor, which is supportive, of course. And I will never, ever, ever tell them to stop that. But one of the main aggravating factors could literally be coming from their diet. Every day, day in and day out, your client is eating a specific food that is not supportive to their unique mind body system. And I say unique because no one person is the same. So, of course, they're going to experience the imbalance somewhere. Now, where someone's symptoms show up is oftentimes so personal and so particular to them. We have genetics, karma, personal histories influencing if someone is more prone to anxiety versus diabetes versus acne. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter where the disease shows up, your approach needs to be the same. Your approach needs to address the entire mind body as one interconnected whole so that you can investigate root causes from any part of your client's life and choices, and so that you can vitalize the whole system. Symptoms just heal naturally as a mere side effect of a more resilient and healthful body. And ultimately, it is your responsibility as a healer, as a coach, as a therapist, to be able to address the root cause and help your client feel substantially more easeful, joyful, and energized for a long time. And there are too many professionals out there right now that are not doing this. It does not matter how popular they are on Instagram or how high up they are within the career. Their results are still limited if they're not using this approach, which means the invitation, the space, the opportunity for you to really rise within your field and bring people results that are extraordinary is too plenty. Let me give you some examples to really drive this home. So let's say you're teaching a yoga class, right? Your students come to you because they want to feel physically stronger, maybe more lean, maybe they just want a space where they can release and their mind can still for a bit. Maybe they come to you because they're sitting all day and they experience a lot of tension around their hips and their lower back, and they would like lasting relief from that. And maybe you even have some private clients whom you are creating more personalized sessions for. So, of course, with asana, with this movement, they experience some relief, but it feels slow, cyclical. And at some point, you also realize that they have crippling anxiety that they're dealing with or weight gain, but it's out of your ability to actually support them with any of that. What you don't realize is that what they're eating through the day, when they're eating, their particular sleep cycle, their lifestyle choices, all of this is actually affecting their results, whether it's within the yoga practice or within their mental. And I say mental health because we know that mental health is not just mental, it's just full bodied health. And by you not addressing that yourself, you are slowing down, limiting your own impact as a teacher and a healer. Imagine if you could, in one sitting, immediately understand the foods and herbs your student could be integrating daily to help their entire physical body experience more lightness, more groundedness, so that when she does come in for class, her body's capacity is already 100 times more agile and able than before. Imagine if you could be the one to support your students in their nutrition and their mind care so that they could reach that space of stillness and also their fitness goals or their weight goals or those other goals that they did have exponentially faster. See, your students already trust you. They don't want to be going to 10 different practitioners for 10 different things. It's literally a waste of time and money, and they do that. They could just be paying you a bit more and receive an integrated and comprehensive support of their goals. Or let's say you are a life coach. So your clients come to you because they experience mental stuckness, irritability, self-doubt. Think even as a meditation teacher, a psychotherapist, clients, patients are coming to you for this. So you're using certain frameworks, certain questions to help them intellectually break through their own mental and emotional barriers. What you don't realize is that half their issues would be solved if you could just help them breathe correctly as per their particular body and needs, and strengthen their digestive system, bowel movement, so that they're deep cleansing their physical body of waste regularly. This is why the multifaceted, the holistic Ayurvedic approach, and specifically the one I use, which emphasizes certain neglected aspects of Ayurveda, because don't get confused that all Ayurveda is done the same, just in the same way that all yoga is not done the same. And that's very visible to us, right? Now we can see very clearly how yoga is disseminated in just radically different ways. It's the same with Ayurveda. It's the same with any medicine that you are practicing. So this is the specific approach of using even aspects of Ayurveda that are actually neglected in our today's world. And this stands out from all other approaches. So, you can even just think about times you felt stuckness in your digestion or trouble in your guts. It always affects your ability to think straight. So many people have just normalized that feeling and they don't realize how it's connected. Imagine if you could, yes, support them through the talk therapy, support them through the mindset reframes, but also give them tailor-made guidance on what fruits, veggies, herbs, breathing styles would help them break through even when they're not intellectually thinking about it. Don't we all love a receptive client or a student or a friend, even a loved one who just integrates your guidance with determination? When you support someone in this integrated, interconnected way, their mind automatically clears up. They're able to come to more powerful solutions on their own. Because trust me, it's very hard for a depressed and anxious mind to intellectually resolve what's happening over there. That's why you have this holistic, energetic approach as well, physiological approach, gut approach, mind, body, the full approach. And they themselves are coming to the powerful solutions, which is what we want. We want people tap into their own wisdom, ultimately. So let's say you are a medicine woman. One of my students right now is a medicine woman. You're here to support your clients get to the depths of their own mind and emotions, clear out traumatic patterns from their childhood, from their younger years that are still dictating your client's thought process and decisions today. And maybe you have the most heart-centered approach. I believe you do. I believe you are able to hold your client already powerfully through, them releasing intense, troubling memories from their past. But still, certain experiences are going to continue to trigger your clients. They are experiencing associated physical pains, dysregulation. They're unable to release certain chronic issues, certain toxic coping mechanisms. They're having a hard time facing their family, even after all that therapy and that newfound awareness. So, how could you be more powerfully supporting their deepest healing? Imagine if you were working with plant medicine that regulated their nervous system on a cellular level. Imagine if you could guide on daily ethical practices that would support in releasing toxicity from their minds. Imagine if you knew how to stabilize their moods and their hormones through a tailor made meal plan that was based on ancient structured science. Then your client's capacity to actually integrate in the daily life that newfound awareness, actually implements the lessons that they've learned in your sessions, would become so much more easeful and successful. And very, very, very few, if any, therapists are doing this. Medicine women are doing this. It's just, you need to be doing this. You need to be using this approach. Clients are going to leave your sessions like, oh my God, my therapist is spectacular. They support me with my food, my daily routine, the resetting of my hormones, the natural stabilization of my moods, and yes, the intellectual awareness and the aha moments. So you can see how this precise approach is non-negotiable if you want your clients to experience results and healing that are just out of this world. And if you want them referring you and just really in that gratitude and speaking about you, and you want to be known here for your gifts, for the effectiveness, the potency of your guidance. Because again, trust me, and I have to just keep reiterating this industry is full of people just using the limited approaches. And you get to do it differently because you're bold enough to, and you've been called to. That's all. It gets to be as simple as that. I love this quote. Your life is as expansive or as limited as your courage. Be courageous to understand and support your client's entire mind and body as one entire interconnected whole. Watch how the healing breakthroughs are exponential. Don't stay playing with this mindset. Like, after today's masterclass, you will not even entertain it. You will not even entertain it. That, oh, someone's coming with a mental anxiety, so they need only mental support. Someone's coming with a pain, so they need only physiotherapy support. Someone's coming with a gut issue, so they need to go to the gut doctor. Someone's coming with period pain, so they need to go to the gynecologist. It makes no sense. And I just don't want you entertaining that reality, that approach at all anymore. Your divine and very unique gifts, your feminine intuition, your sacred healing potential, it gets to be carried, supported, and channeled with a structure and a science that is of the highest and most nuanced caliber. Let your minds and abilities expand. See your people as a whole. You cannot go back from that. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Exactly, Zola. This brings me to my next precise potent protocol. And I want all of you girls to just close your eyes for a moment with this one, because I'm going to walk you through a visualization that's going to help clarify the necessity of this. So just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to become immediately aware of your physical body, your head set perfectly over your shoulders, the rise and fall of your torso as you breathe in and out, the sensations of your sit bones on the seat beneath you, your legs crossing over one another, maybe touching the ground, feet touching the ground. Just take a moment to experience the fullness of your physical body here and now. Let your mind explore the boundaries of this physical body, the limits, the edges of this body. There's a knowing of where your physicality starts and ends. But as you continue to explore the boundaries of your form, I want your mind to start becoming aware of an energetic field that spreads beyond just your physical form. As your breath slows down, your mind sharpens. Continue to slow that breath down, expand it, deepen it. Let your mind sharpen as it pays attention to this breath, to this physical form, and then the energetic field that's spreading beyond. Really envision and sense how you actually extend beyond just your physical body. You might become aware of sensations within your body that are just very, very subtle, barely imperceptible sensations that are always present, but not perceived by your conscious mind. Now, just imagine all the things you do through the day. You wake up, you walk to the bathroom, you check your phone, you have a meeting with your family members, your friends, you walk into the market, you're sitting on your computer or in your office, you're speaking with a client, with colleagues, you're putting together a meal, all the things. And just imagine that it's not just you, it's not just your physical body that is moving along with you, but also this energetic field, this energetic body that is picking up, processing, and storing things that aren't even visible or known to your conscious mind. It's almost like a cape that just drags across the floor behind you, around you, collecting everything present in your field. Just imagine that this energy field is completely full with all sorts of trash. The toxicity of someone's bad mood, the overstimulation coming in from social media, the blaring white lights at the supermarket, the staleness of some canned food you ate, the stagnation from your shallow or distressed breath, all that from just a single day of being out and about. And now just imagine that this energy field has not been cleansed in decades. Imagine what that would do to your experience of life. Imagine how clogged up this field, this clogged up field would begin to affect your physical and your mental body. This is what your clients are experiencing. And this is what you get to support them through. You can open your eyes now. Tangible practices that your clients can do in their own time that no one else is supporting them with, and that gives lasting and powerful results because you're helping them to cleanse on that deep cellular, subconscious, and energetic level. This is energetic hygiene. This is your second potent protocol. Helping your clients cleanse on a subconscious and cellular level so that all associated mental and physical defects are immediately cured. It's not just enough to support your client on a material level. So when I was teaching you the first protocol, which was mind and body, yes, we're understanding this whole system is interconnected. Yes, we're understanding the interdisciplinary nature of your approach, but now we're going a level deeper. It's not just the material, it's also the energetic. And you must also know how to help them clean decades of muck and baggage that they have unknowingly been carrying along with them. It only serves as heaviness, stagnation, lethargy, fogginess in the mind-body system. And this is what takes your healing practice to the absolute next level, because you are working with the unseen. And modern practices completely neglect that, even though science will tell you that we are energy before we are form. And all modern science will tell you that we're made up of tiny particles vibrating at certain frequencies, that it's energy that creates matter. Well, yes, and the same goes for your clients, but how are you helping them find ease and clarity and healing on that energetic level as well? This is what I want you to start integrating into your current practice. And if you're just starting out in this industry, then begin with these meticulous strategies that leave your clients like, oh my God, what is a sorcery? Elevating in your niche with your gifts is going to mean that you offer your clients something few others are. And again, it's rarer than rare to find a yoga teacher, therapist, health coach, mentor that understands the science of the energetic body, the science of the energetic body, right? Not just some new age fluffy thing that someone concocted up. And I'm sure there's a lot of potency in that too. But what I'm talking about here is the science of the energetic body and how to guide personalized energetic hygiene from client to clients to clients, depending on their unique context and unique mind-body system. And yes, there are energy healers out there. And I know like acupuncture is a form of energy healing as well. It's working directly with chi or with prana, which is the vital life force. But oftentimes, like even with Ayurvedic massage or marma therapy, you're not often empowering your clients to actually take tangible steps in their own time. And also the practice doesn't usually cover the mental and physical client starts to experience changes that feel nothing short of miraculous, because they don't need to intellectually think through all of that healing. It's just happening for them as they do what is required to clean up that energetic field. And those are particular steps that they can be taking, also related to their food, to their nutrition, to their lifestyle. So without this work, it's not possible. Like I cannot do this work without this protocol, because it makes no sense. Results are going to be slow. They're going to be arduous. You're going to be trying to intellectually heal a toxic energetic field that's created dullness, stagnation, lethargy, irritability, brain fog, resentment, criticality within your clients. It's not going to work. And that's why people keep on returning to the same therapist for years on end with only marginal improvements. I mean, how many people do you know in your own life that are stuck in these superficial efforts and superficial results? I'd just like to know, how many modalities do you know, or which other modality that can support your client powerfully on this energetic level, as well as mental, psychological, physical, and spiritual? You starting to get a good sense of why this is truly unmatched in its efficacy? When you apply the protocol of energetic hygiene, you have changed the game completely. You're helping them clear decades of stagnation from their body. And how amazing does that feel for both you and the person that you're here to help? Do we have any questions at this point? Is everything landing clearly? Beautiful. If you have questions that are coming up, post them in the chat and I can get to them at the end. We will have time. Oh, I didn't see that. Rebecca is here. Hey, hello. Ah, so good to have you here. I know it's like super late, super early in your time zone. Wow. So, okay. Now, all of this is not possible if you, as the healer, are feeling depleted or burnt out. Which brings me to my third precise, potent protocol for you. You have to begin prioritizing your own vitality, mental sharpness, and clarity. You've gone through too much of life placing your clients, your family members, your partners, your friends first, and you last. I know so many of you here are identified with that role of nurturer and caretaker and healer. And what if I told you that you actually will do your role better if you put yourself first? This is the third precise potent protocol, cultivating your own sattvic, which is equanimous, clear, courageous, and radiant state of being. Ayurvedic texts actually state clearly that the healing of the patient is contingent on, guess what? The physician's peace of mind and cleanliness of body. So here I am not just giving you permission to go all in on your health in order to better serve your clients. I'm actually demanding that you do. And there are a few reasons why. So one is, in order to actually implement the first two protocols with discernment and attunement, because it requires discernment, right? We're not just, here's a prescription, someone came in with blah, 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 2.5 milligram of blah, 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 here you go. No, to be able to work with someone's entire mind-body system, to be able to work with the energetic system, discernment and attunement, you must have a sharp, vital, cleansed, and peaceful mind. Connecting the dots of your client's mind-body system, picking up on the root causes, utilizing the whole system's approach to healing, working with not just the mental and physical, but the energetic body Those are the very practical methodologies you work with. But in order to channel your unique brilliance and wisdom, your mind needs to be clear and sharp and discerning. And this is what so many health coaches and therapists in the industry completely lack, including Ayurvedic doctors. I mean, you cannot believe it. I have been to some of the most experienced, quote unquote, Ayurvedic doctors in India. And I'm so sad to say that I have been so unimpressed because of the lack of actual intuition and discernment used. And you can just feel that, you can know that, and the results will reflect that too. And this is the part of what takes your practice into the zone of extraordinary. Everyone could be working with certain logical systems, but when you pair that with your personal wisdom, your personal rationale, that is unmatched. No one can take that from you. No one can compete with you on that ever. Second, when you begin implementing the first two protocols that I've shared with you here, and you're actually implementing it, you already have, let's say, clients, or you're building that, your reputation, you're building that work, it's only inevitable, only a matter of time, that you will start getting more clients and patients. More people will want to receive from you, and there will be a pressure placed on you and your business or work. And it's right at this point that you can just keep giving, extending outside of yourself, abandoning yourself, neglecting yourself in order to keep up and serve. But then the inevitable spiral into burnout and exhaustion. And trust me, I've seen this happen to professionals across industry. And it doesn't matter how high up they are. This inevitable spiral, I just see it all the time. Or instead, you could have such a robust, vitalizing lifestyle that you actually feel spacious. You have capacity to hold more space for clients. You're in complete clarity about your boundaries, personally and professionally, and you just do not negotiate on those. Your vitality is what is going to keep you away from cycles of depletion and lack, regardless of how many clients you have or then you don't have, right? Because even in business and career, we go through ebbs and flows. And if we're sourcing our validation, our expertise, our sense of self from how we are externally, it's not going to work. This is also very important because I want you to be sustaining your purpose here and what you're here to do for a long time, and not be falling into those normal things of burnout, mental confusion, imposter syndrome. This is so powerful because I believe that your work here as a healer, your calling here as a healer, is a purpose and a career of a lifetime. And you need to be equipped with protocols that last you a lifetime. And finally, and I think this piece is maybe the most dear to me, but when you are the real deal, when you are the embodiment of what your clients aspire for, that confidence and that authority inspires something in your clients that is also completely life-changing. You know this. When you've had a teacher or a guide that you can see is really a living, breathing embodiment of what they teach about. And for example, in this case, it's me here guiding and sharing with you what I experientially know to be true. I'm guessing it's just landing differently. And this is also what supports results that are completely incomparable to when you go to a practitioner who, even on a subtle level, is holding this lack of integrity, fogginess, heaviness in their own mind body system. And I really need to note here, I don't mean that you are expected to be perfectly healthy. Let's be real, okay? We're not robots or angels here. We're humans. But to be consistently pouring into your own cup with dignity, self respect, to be completely devoted to your own inner vitality, to your own ecology, to your own garden, your own mental clarity, to know how to show up for yourself first so that you will never fall into exhaustion or burnout, regardless of how many clients you have or regardless of how many people you are supporting. This is powerful. And this isn't easy. Like I said, and I know you women are the ones caring so endlessly for others. But who is caring for you? Who is supporting you in the application of all this knowledge and insight? Who is holding up a mirror of what is possible for you when all things around you are reflecting chaos and small beliefs and scarcity? You deserve to be held, supported, loved, and taught in the highest caliber way possible. And this is how you go from circling through your current beliefs and habits to an active embodiment of grounded spiritual clarity and hygiene. So, this last potent protocol has so many implications, but finally, it's about you getting your clients the results and the transformation that no one else can get them, you showing up in full integrity and impact, and you being able to sustain your life's purpose here, your heart's calling here, your professional practice here for years on end with the same joy, energy, and passion that you started out with. Again, this is so rare that even just this protocol alone is bound to help your clients heal faster. It's bound to help you rise in your own capacity to share and give and really walk that walk of being a top professional within your niche, because finally, that's a big piece of what I want you to really own in yourself, you know? So that is the third protocol. How amazing is that? So what's coming up for all of you? Just to recap, you must begin to address your client's mind and body together through integrated, deep-rooted tools. You must begin to support the energetic hygiene of your client, regardless of where the disease is manifesting, whether it's mental or physical. And you must begin to unclog your own channels and develop your own inner vitality, intuition, and energetic capacity. Do these protocols land? Hello, Maitik. Good to see your face. Yes, exactly. It is hard to sustain, and that's why we have to start working with it as if it's equally important to the other protocols. When your full body knows that it's a priority, when you're fully embedded in that knowing that this is necessary for your service here. And also there's this other piece, which is when you're holding space for people's deepest fears, chronic pains, like traumas. Some of that comes onto you. And it's important for you to actually make sure that you're going through the first two steps in your own body as well and doing that daily work of energetic hygiene, because It's just not sustainable otherwise. And I am not at all here for healers, normalizing healers to be burnt out, to be undervalued, to be exhausted and depleted. That's not the reality that I'm living. That's not the reality that my students are here to live. And that's not the reality that I think all of us are envisioning as a whole and a collective here. So it's important that, especially as well, if you are working alongside other healers, that you know that you get to be the beacon and the leader of setting that priority and embody that. Show it's possible. It's possible. So I love that these protocols are landing. The inevitable next question for you should be, how can I start implementing these? What do I need to do to confidently integrate these protocols that I obviously know are absolutely life-changing for my personal sense of fulfillment, achieving my career goals, yes, but also for just doing what my heart truly desires, to actually help others and create a full, prosperous life doing so. And I have found nothing comes close to Ayurvedic wisdom in supporting you with all three. But you need, and I think this protocols itself made it clear that you need to find a practitioner, a teacher, or a program that it's actually designed to help you with all three. And someone that actually knows what it takes to be showing up professionally within a very noisy and seemingly saturated space. What it takes for you to cut through those fears, the self-doubt, the illusions, and most importantly, who respects your unique brilliance and is ready to help you shine, get known, stop playing small. And now that you have this information, there's a couple of ways this can go. You're like, oh, yeah, this is super interesting, Niv. This is landing. It's so informative. But you just kind of go back to your usual way of treating your patients or your work. And you just decide you read up some stuff on your own. And then it's not really working. Even just from even a year from today, you're going to find people are coming back to you with the same issues they first came to you with. A lot of people in this situation end up internalizing those results. I've had a lot of therapists and coaches come to me who are, far along in their practice, but they've been internalizing certain limited results that their clients are getting, and that's creating depletion and making them undervalue themselves and play small. And we know that we live in a society where there are so many thousands of healers and coaches. So we know people as well now, they want to see actual results. Like even a few years ago, decades ago, yoga was unknown. And then it blew up. This ancient sister science and wisdom blew up. Now Ayurveda is growing in that same way. And people are getting more and more skeptical about those limited approaches. They're seeking trusted people to invest in for their highest well-being. They're getting more critical as well. So all of, taking all of those pieces, when you know you're the go-to person and you know you have that wisdom that can really literally help them no matter what the problem is, you are future-proofing your career and you're saving yourself from that internalization and that undervaluing, that depleted mindset. And you're building mastery ahead of the curve, living up to your deepest desires of helping others experience lasting health. And I just don't know if there is anything as fruitful and purposeful as that. So I'm so glad to have brought you these 3 protocols. I have to say, because it will be a disservice if I don't, that this is exactly what you receive within the Embodied Ayurveda Certification Program. And it's now in its fourth iteration. Yay. And it really is the summation of all of my life's and probably lifetime work and study and integration professionally within different industries, and then here within this work of healing. And it's just incredible the type of up levels the students experience in their lives and their profession through this work and study. All I want is to see you cultivate a practice that people can't stop raving about, can't stop talking about. I want to see you carve out your dream life of healing yourself and others powerfully. And I want to see you making an abundant living doing so for life. I want you to be in overflow for your clients, regardless of circumstance. And I just know too many aspiring healers like you that get so confused with all of the modalities and certifications, and then of course that piece of the sales and marketing and blah, 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 when you could be working with one modality whose results just speak for itself. The results do the talking, and you can trust that. And seasoned practitioners who don't live up to their fullest potential as a healer keep themselves boxed into this small, tiny, safe zone, or then have this incredible wisdom, incredible intuitive wisdom, but don't have something really solid to help channel it. That's the masculine science and logic to help channel it. They don't really push the bounds of what is possible for them and their clients. And then they're not growing professionally. They're falling into cycles of self-doubt, depletion, burnout. I want you to skip all of that. That's what I desire. I want you to work with this clean and timeless system that is foolproof. It gets your clients extraordinary results. People are on wait list to work with you, and it allows you to really support your lifestyle as a healer as you deserve, you know? And again, this work is for you, whether you're just starting out in this profession, you're years into this work. So this is, for your information, a fully fleshed out diploma style program that sets you up with professional skills for life. It's not a fluffy program. There's nothing superficial about it. And there's actually absolutely no other Ayurvedic training out there that provides you with this depth of practical, professional, and personal support, while also equipping you with the skills to heal your clients far more effectively than the industry standard. And to my previous point, your brain might be thinking, okay, I'll just self-study. I'll just read a couple of books or podcasts in Ayurveda. And I need to tell you that I actually have students come to me who have already studied Ayurveda. Okay? Highly intelligent women, do it yourself, self-starter women, independent spirited women who have taken Ayurvedic courses, read books, studied a bit in their yoga teacher training. They're well versed already. And yet they are completely mind blown when they learn it personally from me, because one, you are guided through the precise application, not only for yourself, but for professionally facilitating sessions for others. It's one thing to do Ayurveda for yourself, and a whole different skill to professionally support someone else in their healing with Ayurveda. Do not get the two confused. Two, Ayurveda just isn't an intellectual science. And I want you to really, really honor this. It is a nuanced wisdom modality. It's passed down from teacher to student for thousands of years for a reason, because the expertise of the teacher, the detail, the experiential wisdom is what brings this Ayurveda to life. And third, when you begin to integrate Ayurveda on a psychological, emotional, spiritual level, that's when you see the results in your own life and for everyone around you. Otherwise, you're just like a majority of Ayurvedic doctors out there where it's just an intellectual game. But I know you girls are here because you have a purpose that is not just an intellectual game. It's deeply embodied, and that is what I am gifted in supporting you with. So if you know that this is the direction you want to go in, you know you want to solidify your path here, you feel in complete resonance, most important, with these three precise protocols. It feels fascinating, it feels life-changing, you feel thirsty to work them in whatever you're doing as a professional Ayurvedic health coach or as a mentor, a coach, a nurse, a doctor that's working with these principles, then I invite you in. This program is for you. And the price point is beyond value for money. I know we're coming at time. So I just want you to know that I make sure to take you through these precise potent protocols as part of very specific phases within my program. And actually, I'll just take you through it right now because, again, it's important for you to know what's available to you always. It's very important you know. So you and I are working together for approximately 6 months. We're working one-on-one. We're working in group. You're going meticulously, gently, walking through all the different types of cleansing, vitalizing that is personally needed for you at a mental, emotional, energetic level. You're integrating the foods, the rituals, the practices, the lifestyle changes that are strengthening your mind and body from the inside out. Carla's testament to that. You are really embodying these practices and working with your unique situation. You're feeling that sattvic clarity, the vitality, and then we start to dive into where you learn the preventative healthcare techniques of this 5,000-year-old wisdom modality. You learn also in a group, you connect with incredible visionaries. Like Catherine mentioned, it's so important to have that cohort that's really holding you, that you feel so vitalized by, that you feel you can trust, that you feel you can share with. I sometimes wonder if the group space is even more powerful than the one-on-one, because you're just hearing from other people's stories as well. You're feeling resonant, you're feeling seen, you're supported through the ebbs and flows, because of course this work does require a lot of courage and strength. So this is the beautiful part of learning in that very intimate group space. And then you are actually solidifying your technical expertise, going into case studies, practical assignments, so you feel really confident applying all of these protocols. And you're learning the inside scoop as well, what it takes to implement this professionally or start a career out of this from scratch. And also, you are receiving in a very interdisciplinary way. They're reading materials, seminars, podcasts, books. I'm infusing work by artists, activists, land stewards, so that it actually lands on a heart level, not just intellectually. So I know this sounds almost too good to be true. I wanted it to be too good to be true. I've poured into this program everything I know into it for you. What's the catch? Well, first, what we've been taught to be true is just so distorted. It's really time to upgrade your understanding of truth. So yes, it gets to be this good. Read through the student experiences, testimonials, feel through that for yourself. Second, I am very selective with whom I teach, whom I work with. I need to know it's going to be a energetic match, that you're for real with your aspirations here, your willingness to show up for yourself, and maybe most importantly, your own ethics are aligned with mine. And I want to know that you really are going to see results through this program. So that's why I have you fill out an application form and schedule a one-on-one call with me first. We get to go through enough steps to make sure It's right for you. It's right for me. You're going to be serving your unique gifts, desires here. So I just want you to take a deep breath in and out. Let that all land. Just let it land for a moment. Really life-changing stuff. I know it's changed my life completely to be applying these protocols, literally as I taught you. And I want you to envision the future, even just 2 years from now, 2 years from now, feeling well versed with this ancient wellness wisdom, being able to articulate it as I am articulating it to you now, effectively, easily using it to help people heal from all sorts of varying issues, circumstances, familial trauma, romantic toxicity, eating disorders, intestinal parasites, pains, anxiety, burnout, and your clients experiencing actual transformation. How does that make you feel? Meet that future you, how she holds herself, what is alive, breathing within her, embodying this wisdom herself. Thank her. Say, thank you. Thank you for showing me what is waiting for me. Thank you. I meet my future self so often, and that's what led me to making certain bold decisions that, unlike, Julia, my mother didn't really support me with. I had to really be fearless. But thank you. And that's the energy that I invite you to bring to this form, if you do apply, why you believe this is the time for you to step into that reality. How would you like to be supported? Let it be so personal. Let me in on your dreams, aspirations. How do you want to be cared for? Because I'm here to hold you, teach you. So allow yourself to be vulnerable, raw. This is very important for me and our relationship here and the integration of these protocols. So I'm putting the link in here. If you're here live, you get a chance to win $1,000 off as an early bird applicant. No, you get a chance to win $1,000 because you're here live. Thank you for being here live. I appreciate your energy here. But you also get another 1,000 USD, which is wild, but I love being generous. If you're an early bird applicant, which is just within the next 2 weeks. This is so good. So spend some loving time with the form. Apply with all your love, please, with presence. Actually, I'm going to link you to the form itself too. And we'll take it from there. So just keep these precise, potent protocols. I believe that there's already an upgrade that is happening within you just by knowing this, integrating it, letting it land. Get ready to upgrade within the Embodied Ayurveda Certification Program if that feels like your calling. Yes. Do we have any questions at all at this moment? Sola, Rebecca, Julia, Rachel, what's coming up for you? Is everyone feeling whole and complete? You're so welcome, Sola. Gratitude, Rachel. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Maitik, for joining in at 5 a.m. And I think Rebecca told me it was 2 a.m. I always have mixed feelings about people showing up at crazy times, because obviously as an Ayurvedic practitioner, you should be in bed by 10. But also I just love the curiosity. Thank you, Carla. Yes, if anyone ever wants to connect directly with my current students, that's something that I'm happy to do and connect you with, just so that you can get a different perspective of what this work could mean for you. But yeah, that is it from me for today. If we don't have any other questions, I'm happy to close. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone here. And I'm going to end this call now. Feel free to email me or message me if anything comes up. So much love to you. Turn off your mics. I want to hear your voice. Say bye.
Bye, Niv. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you, Rachel.
Bye.
Bye, Niv.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you
Catherine.
so much.
Thank you, Maitik. Thank you, Julia.
Can't wait to apply.
Yay. Love it. Bye.